Let's do this thing, Dukes. Good morning. This is the Board of Public Works and Safety in Kokomo, Indiana. Today is November the 27th, and we are reopening the meeting that was recessed on November the 13th. Our first order of business today is to approve the minutes from the November 6th meeting. Can I get a motion on that,
I
please?
would make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting held on November 6th.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is items for police and fire. First is to consider, there's 4 encumbrances needed for the fire department. The first is Kokomo Fire Department is requesting the approval from the board to encumber funds for 14 sets of turn-down gear. And McQueen Equipment has quoted a price of $52,275.58. I recommend the board approve this quote and allow for the encumbrance of funds. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I would make a motion to approve the encumbrance of funds.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is Kokomo Fire Department is requesting approval from the board to encumber funds to pay for the annual clearance physicals. Ascension St. Vincent and Public Safety Medical has quoted a price of $54,352. I recommend the board approve the quote and allow the encumbrance of funds. Can you get a motion on that, please?
I would make a motion to approve the encumbrance of funds.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider another encumbrance. Kokomo Fire Department is requesting approval from the board to encumber funds to pay for 2 axles for our technical rescue trailer. Stelhern RV and Camping Center has quoted a price of $4,499.98. I recommend the board approve the encumbrance of funds. Can you get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve the encumbrance of funds.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And last encumbrance, Kokomo Fire Department is requesting the approval from the board to encumber funds to pay for equipment to outfit our Ford F-550 truck, vehicle number 420. Tip of the Spear LLC has quoted a price of $5,395.54. I recommend the board approve the quote and encumbrance of funds. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve the encumbrance of funds.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Nothing further for police or fire. Moving on to new business. First is to consider public hearing and updates for nuisance cleanups. All properties listed below have been abated by the Code Enforcement Office. To date, the items remain in violation, requesting permission for city crews to enter onto the properties and remove the abated items listed at 1329 South Union Street and 1225 South Cooper. Can we get a motion on that, please? Actually, first I'll open for a public hearing. And hearing none, now I'll take a motion.
All right, now I'll make a motion to allow permission for city crews to enter onto the properties listed in the memorandum and remove the abated items listed.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider pay application number 5 for the North Side Interceptor Relief Sewer Project. This comes from Keesaw, our sewer systems manager. Attached for your review and approval is pay application number 5 and quantity breakdown for the above referenced project. These documents reflect actual quantities placed in the field as of October 31st of 2024 by the contractor Atlas Excavating Inc. The contractor has requested no further retainage be withheld since they are beyond 50% completion. Due to a typo in pay application number 3, an additional $2,000 needs to be transferred into retainage account. The correct retainage amount for pay application number 3 was $68,777.17, and the actual amount transferred was $66,777.17. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve the attached application number 5 in the amount of $904,971.75. and the total retainage account balance of $194,950. Can you motion on that, please?
I'll make a motion to approve pay application number 5 on project number C2404-1A.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Aye, motion carries. I do have to vote. My
You
bad.
do?
Next is consider pay estimate number 1 for the LaFountain Street Storm Sewer Extension. This comes from Don Creer, Sewer Systems Manager. Attached is a quantity breakdown sheet for pay estimate number 1. These documents reflect construction quantities agreed to by the contractor E&B Paving LLC. The engineering department construction of this project is complete. Pay estimate number 1 and final payment represents the construction quantities completed from September 18th of 24 to October 25th of 24. The original contract amount was $169,745. The total amount of pay estimate number 1 results in a total request of $169,745. Therefore, I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve pay estimate number one, in the amount of $169,745 to E&B Paving LLC. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve pay estimate number one on project number C2403-1A.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider transfers in the wastewater treatment plant budget. There are 6 transfers totaling $35,500. Can I get a motion on those, please?
I would make a motion to approve the transfers.
I'll second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider the purchase of a new vehicle. This comes from Katie Trobar, Assistant Superintendent at the wastewater treatment plant. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve the following purchase of a Vector truck for the wastewater treatment plant. Please find attached source well quotes for the following. Brown Equipment, $559,168.81. McAllister, $577,876. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety accept the bid from Brown Equipment. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve the Sourcewell quote from Brown Equipment.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is awarding the 2025 material bids. This comes from Sarah White, our Board of Works Secretary. There were 19 companies that provided bids, which were received by the Board of Public Works and Safety on October 25th of 24. The bids were reviewed by the affected department heads. And the following recommendations and comments will be listed in accordance with the list listed in the notice for materials dealers and contractors, which was advertised on September 18th and September 25th. Item number one, all grades of asphalt and concrete. Bidders were E&B and Seal Masters. Recommendation is to accept the bid from E&B Paving. Item number two, patch material. Bidders were E&B Paving and Seal Masters. And Reith Riley Construction Company. Recommendation is to accept the bid from E&B Paving and Reith Riley Construction Company. Item number three, hot mix asphalt. Bidders were E&B Paving, Seal Master, Reith Riley Construction Company. And the recommendation is to accept all bids. Item number four, crushed stone and mineral aggregate. Bidders were Martin Marietta Materials, Toby Pike Recycling Center, Kokomo Gravel. Recommendation is to accept all 3 companies. Item number five, gravel crushed and uncrushed. Bidders were Martin Marietta Materials, Toby Pike Recycling, and Kokomo Gravel. Recommendation is to accept all 3. Item number 6, grade B borrow. Bidders were Martin Marietta Material, Toby Pike Recycling Center, Kokomo Gravel Inc. Recommendation is to accept all 3. Items number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all did not receive a bid, and so department heads should receive quotes for any purchases in 2025 and select the one with the lowest available costs. Item number 14, gas, diesel, fuel, and oil. Keystone Cooperative, Series Solutions Cooperative, Jackson Oil, and Co-Alliance. Recommendations to accept all 4. Item number 15 had no bids, so department heads will need to receive quotes for any purchases in 25. Item 16, tires, tubes, and tire repair. Bidders were City Tire, Best One of Indy. The recommendation is to accept all bids. Item number 17 did not receive any bids, so department heads should obtain quotes in 2025. Item number 18, chemicals for the wastewater treatment plant. Recommendations are as follows. JCI Jones Chemical, they are getting the bid for sulfur dioxide at $1,180 per ton, and liquid chlorine at $1,615 per ton. Brentag Mid-South Inc., caustic soda at $3.629 per gallon. Ferric chloride 180-pound drum at $1.0250 per pound. Ferric chloride 2,200-pound tote at $6.99 a gallon, and ferric chloride 1,600-pound tote at $5.814 per gallon. Alexander Chemical, sodium bisulfate at 2.401 per gallon, and GCI sodium hypochlorite at $1.82 per gallon. Item 19, traffic paint. Enos Fight Flint Inc., Sealmaster, Product Inc., and Sherman-Williams. Recommendation is to accept the bids from Sherman-Williams, Enos Flint Inc., and Stello Product Company. And item number 20, Traffic Control Paint, Lytle Enterprises of Ohio and Osborne Associates Inc. Recommendation to accept bids from Lighton Enterprises of Ohio and Osborne Associates Inc. Can I get a motion on those, please?
Make a motion to accept all recommended bids subject to the lowest cost and availability at any given time.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to award bids for the Jackson Morrow Water Main Extension Project. This comes from John Pike, our Director of Engineering. Bids for the above referenced project were received by the Board of Public Works and Safety on Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. One bid was received as follows: E.S. Wagner Company in the amount of $712,795. The lowest, most responsive bid was received from E.S. Wagner Company in the amount of $712,795. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety award the construction contract to E.S. Wagner Company. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to award the project to E.S. Wagner Company on project number E2407-1B.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to award bids for the Judson Road Sewer Extension. This comes from Keysar, Sewer Systems Manager. On November 20th, 24, the Board of Works received 3 bids for the construction of the above referenced project. Davidson Excavating Inc., $308,668. Solid Finish Construction, $327,305. And Atlas Excavating Inc., $405,800. The lowest, most responsive and responsible bid received was from Davidson Excavating Inc. of Rushville, Indiana, in the amount of $308,668. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety award the contract to Davidson Excavating Inc. for the Judson Road Sanitary Sewer Extension Project in the amount of $308,668. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve and award the bid to Davidson Excavating on project number E2404-2A.
I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Next is to consider Ferris Center Sanitary Main Extension. This comes from John Pike, our Director of Engineering. This project consists of all labor and materials needed to construct a new sanitary sewer line east and south of the intersection of Cooper and Gano Street. The purpose of the project is to provide sanitary sewers to the proposed development of townhouses east of Cooper Street and the surrounding areas. The project includes installation of 894 feet of 10-inch PVC sewer, sanitary sewer, 4 48-inch manholes, and 14 6-inch PVC laterals and restorations. Submitted with this memo for the Board of Public Works and Safety's consideration are specifications, plans, and quote documents. I recommend they be approved by the board, and at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on December 23rd, 2024 be set as the time to receive construction bids for the Ferris Center Sanitary Main Extension, project number C2404-1C. Can you get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve the plans and specifications and set December 23rd, 2024 at 10 a.m. as the time to receive bids on project number C2404-1C.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider a new vehicle purchase for Central Equipment. This comes from Jensen Pickett, our Director at Central Equipment. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve the purchase of a new fleet vehicle for the City of Kokomo Central Equipment. I have obtained pricing from 3 dealerships for consideration of this purchase. The dealerships and prices are listed below. One is Hare Chevrolet, $35,919, and that vehicle is on the lot. Brad Howe Ford, $39,570. That vehicle is also on the lot. And Eric Chevrolet, $36,789.55. The vehicle would be ordered and is not available. I am recommending the Board of Public Works approve the quote from Hare Chevrolet. Hare Chevrolet has the lowest price and availability. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I would make a motion to approve the purchase of a new vehicle.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider pay estimate number 2 and contract modification number 1 for our resurfacing contract. This comes from John Pike, our Director of Engineering. Attached for your review is contract modification number 1 for the above referenced project. The modification is a result of added work items to the resurfacing bid, necessitating an additional costs. Contract modification number 1 represents sorry, results in an additional $377,818.74, changing the contract amount from $811,350 to $1,189,168.74. Also attached is a quantity breakdown sheet for pay estimate number 2. These documents reflect construction quantities agreed to by the contractor E&B Paving LLC and the engineering department. Pay estimate number 2 represents the construction quantities completed from September 28th of 24 through November 1st of 24. The total amount of pay estimate number 2 is $718,777.81, with $35,938.89 in retainage, resulting in a total request of $682,838.92. The original contract amount was $811,350 and is being revised to $1,189,168.74 by contract modification number 1. Therefore, I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve contract modification number 1 and pay estimate number 2 in the amount of $682,838.92 to E&B Paving LLC.
Make a motion to approve contract modification number 1 and pay estimate number 2 on project number E2402-1A.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider pay estimate number 4 for Tudor Drain Phase 2. This also comes from John Pike, our Director of Engineering. Attached is pay estimate number 4 for the above referenced project submitted by the contractor, which has been reviewed and approved by our consulting engineer. These documents reflect actual quantities placed in the field or stored materials to date and agreed to by the contractor E.S. Wagner Company, the construction engineer Clark Dietz Inc., and the engineering department. Pay estimate number 4 represents the construction quantities of stored materials completed from September 1st of 24 to September 30th of 24. The total amount of pay estimate number 4 is $592,389.75, less 5% retainage of $29,619.49, resulting in a total request of $562,770.26. The original contract amount was $2,311,326. Therefore, I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety approve pay estimate number 4 in the amount of $562,770.26 to E.S. Wagner Company. Motion that, please.
I'll make a motion to approve pay estimate number 4 on Tudor Drain Relocation Project Phase 2.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
None. Motion carries. Next is to consider Walnut Woods minor subdivision. Comes from John Piker, Director of Engineering. Attached for review and approval is a plat for the above referenced subdivision. I recommend the board approve the attached plat for the subdivision. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve the plat for the Walnut Woods subdivision.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries. Next is to consider Butcher Block minor subdivision, also from John Piker, Director of Engineering. Attached for review and approval is a plat for the above referenced subdivision. I recommend the board approve the plat for the subdivision. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Motion to approve the Butcher Block minor subdivision.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider Ferris Center subdivision, also from John Piker, Director of Engineering. Attached for review and approval is plat for the above referenced subdivision. I recommend the board approve the plat. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve the plat for Ferris Center subdivision.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider pay app number 2 to Hagerman for the Hotel Conference Center. This comes from the CDB. You have been provided with an application and certificate of payment for pay app number 2, dated November 11th, 2024, in the amount of $899,712.44, issued by Hagerman Inc., and payment recommendation dated November 18th, 2024, issued by the owner's rep, Veritas Group Inc., along with all supporting documents and materials. The construction payment materials were reviewed by the CDB board on November 20th, 2024. The CDB accepts the payment recommendation of Veritas Group and acknowledges Veritas's recommendation to pay $809,741.19 to the contractor and place $89,971.25 into a retainage account. Can we get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve pay application number 2.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is a payment to SMR for the Hotel Conference Center. This also comes from the CDB. You have been provided with the SMR invoice for construction administration and civil engineering services for the conference center project dated October 9th of 24 in the amount of $1,571.66 issued by SMR Stephen Roberts Architect, and payment recommendation dated October 22nd, 24 by the owner's representative Veritas Group. The invoice and payment recommendation was reviewed by the members of the CBB board on their meeting on November 20th, and the CBB accepts the recommendation of Veritas Group to pay $1,571.66 to SMR. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Motion, I'd make a motion to approve the SMR invoice.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have another invoice from SMR on the conference center project. Also coming from the CEB, you have been provided with the SMR invoice for construction administration and structural engineering services for the conference center project dated November 2nd of 24 in the amount of $8,360.91 issued by SMR, and payment recommendation dated November 4th of 24 issued by the owners of Veritas Group. The invoice and payment recommendation were reviewed by the CVB board on November 20th of 24, and the CVB accepts the payment recommendation from Veritas Group to pay $8,360.91 to SMR for the conference center. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Make a motion to approve the second invoice from SMR.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider the 2025 Kokomo Humane Society contract. This comes from Chief Haven, our city controller. Attached for your review and approval is the annual contract between the city of Kokomo and the Humane Society. Terms of the contract have been reviewed and agreed to by both parties. I recommend the Board of Public Works and Safety accept the contract as written. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I would make a motion to approve the contract with Kokomo Humane Society.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is to consider a purchase for the Parks and Recreation Department for a single cab 2500. This comes from Troy Rowe, Superintendent of the Parks Department. The Kokomo Parks and Recreation Department needs to purchase a new truck for our fleet. I have sought pricing from 3 dealerships known to deal with this type of vehicle for consideration of vehicle purchase. They are Eric Chevrolet, $47,994, Brad Hall Ford, $48,072, and Harris Chevrolet, $48,452.10. I am asking the Board of Works to approve the quote from Eric Chevrolet as the lowest responsive and responsible quote.
I would make a
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve that,
one second.
and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next and last is to consider another vehicle purchase for the Parks and Recreation Department, a crew cab at 2500. The Kokomo Parks and Recreation Department needs to purchase a new truck for our fleet. I have sought pricing from 3 dealerships known to deal in this type of vehicle for consideration on the vehicle purchase. They are Harris Chevrolet, $51,022.95, Brad Howe Ford, $51,677, and Eric Chevrolet, $54,698. And I am asking the board to approve the quote from Harris Chevrolet as the lowest and most responsive quote. Can I get a motion on that one, please?
Make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Have any correspondence?
We do not.
Alrighty, any items from the public? Hearing none, items from the board.
Yes, one item, which is the approval of the plat for the HGI subdivision for the Hotel Housing Center. And I would make a motion to approve the plat.
I will second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And last today is to approve 2 claims packets. The first is from 11/20 of 24 in the amount of $3,675,159.08. And the second is from November 27th in the amount of $1,931,051.62. Please.
Make a motion to approve both claim packets.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, and we are adjourned. Thank you.